as Lincoln rode the circuit, which he did for 30 years, he tried many different kinds of cases. Now, in the early days, as he rode the circuit, he rode in the #1 form of transportation in his day, mare shank, shoe leather. Could you imagine walking that circuit? Several of them hiking along together often, but one time in particular, Lincoln was walking along, and it was a hot day, and he had his jacket on over his shoulder, and still to this day, hitchhiking is not a way that a reputable man finds his way around. But it was just too hot and too long a walk. He saw a farmer coming with a cart, a wagon, and a horse, and Lincoln flagged him down. And he said, "Excuse me, sir, are you going to the next town?" "Why, yes, of course." "Could you do me a favor and take my jacket, because it's too hot a day to be wearing this?" And the gentleman said, "Yes, I'll take your jacket, but how will you find it when you get there?" Lincoln said, "I have every intention of riding along." And he did. And in the early days, he tried simple cases, but as the courthouses grew from log cabins to clapboards, so did the cases he tried change from simple indebtedness and slander to murder or divorce or adultery. One time, Lincoln was riding on a horse, and it was a stormy, wet evening. And he came to the inn rather late. He had a favorite horse that he rode the circuit with for years. And he wanted his horse to be well cared for. And he wanted himself to be warm and dry. But when he came to the inn, he saw the fireplace was a bit crowded. Lots of men gathered around, and getting a seat by the fire was out of the question. But when he came into the inn, he smelled fish. And he asked the innkeeper, "What did you have for dinner?" And he said, "Catfish. Would you like some? I think there's some left. I'll gladly fix you a plate." And Lincoln, thinking quickly, said, "Yes, sir. And not only would I like some catfish, but my horse, he loves catfish." You'd be doing him a favor, and do me one too, if you took him some of the leftover catfish out to feed the horse. Now, all the men sitting around the fire perked up. They'd never heard of a catfish-eating horse, and they had to go and see this for themselves. You can guess what happened next. Lincoln got a seat right in front of the fire, stretch out, warm up, and dry off.